Good day and welcome back to another week of Talking Technical. And first of all, we want to kick off with Wesley's request. Wesley's request is all about the Rand dollar. And Wesley, you probably knew about the bomb because it looks like some info already was out in the market that something will happen because the Rand weakened. But I don't think that's true. I think you're also seeing what I am seeing. We had this beautiful waterfall formation for weeks, almost for 7, 8 weeks. The Rand just knew one way, and that was to strengthen. But suddenly now, over the last couple of days, from about last week, the Rand started to weaken from 1767, and we are now close to this 1806 level. And for me, this big 50-day moving average is almost a concern for me, because above this 50-day moving average, 18 Rand 16, we can maybe see the Rand to weaken again. And if you look at this chart, look at this waterfall formation, it almost looks like it's bottoming out here. But what I do see, and that makes me a little bit nervous on the Rand, we are seeing an inverse head and shoulder. Now, I know a lot of investors and some analysts believe that the Rand can just strengthen, but maybe after all this strong sentiment that we had against the Rand, towards the Rand, sorry, the Rand can maybe show us some weakness again now, because the level to watch is this 18 Rand and 5 cents. This is the neckline of this head and shoulder, inverse head and shoulder formation. Look at the left shoulder there. There's the left shoulder. There's the beautiful head, quite clear. And we're working on the right shoulder. And above 1805, the neckline of this formation can easily show us some Rand weakness. And where can the Rand go? Let's just use this as our guideline. There's the conservative target, and there you are. I just want to show you where's the full target of this. In actual fact, I think we can go a little bit higher than this. Oopsie daisy. I just want to draw that back. There you are. Conservative target 1823 and the full target 1835. But I can tell you, if this is starting to pan out and the moving average, this 50-day moving average, turns into a solid support, we can maybe see the Rand to weaken quite a lot from here. In actual fact, if you look at the levels here, just look at this higher end of this candle, this higher shadow, 18 Rand 46 is easy, because the Rand has gained so much that we can maybe see some Rand weakness. So immediately you will say, let's look at some Rand hedges. You can even buy the new USD dollar if you believe that that can maybe help you. Let's have a look while we're here on the new USD and see where that looks like and how does that look like. Remember, that's a exchange traded fund, and there you are, same thing. I just showed there, and there you are. You can see bottoming out, also an inverse head and shoulder in the making here. And if you look at it, there's always this level of 18 Rand 45 cents. And this is the 50-day moving average, and it can also break from there. And have a look here. There's a tiny little gap here that I would like to take note of, and that is between 18 Rand 81 and 18 Rand 99 cents. Sorry, 18 Rand 90 and 18 Rand 81. There you are. That little gap can close, and even there's a gap. Can you believe it? 19 Rand 13 and 19 Rand and 50 cents. So yes, the Rand can easily go all the way back to that, but I will first guide and have a look at this little window. But if you do want to buy the new USD, maybe time to buy it. It's bottoming out. It can maybe go. And remember always, if you buy new USD, don't put all your money in at once. Phase it in, because it can sometimes be a roller coaster if to add in onto a position, especially for an exchange traded fund or an exchange traded note. Phase it in over time. Well, Waldemar asked about PDD. He said to me, Frans, can you just have a look at PDD Holdings? It's listed on the NASDAQ. Now, well, first of all, Waldemar, can you see that we trade in between two windows here? I just want to show you them. The one is there. There you are. And the other one is here. And that, first of all, tell me that the momentum is up. But look at this. There's also a window at the top. Now, one of the earliest lessons that I've learned on windows is, if a share trades in between two windows, that means that the investors are nervous. They are not sure, because there's a gap at the downside there's a gap on the upside, and which one will close first. So if you are bullish, you will believe that the top one will close, and if you are bearish, you will believe that the bottom one will close. But for me, I think you may be looking at buying it because it's building on a consolidation here. Where can you buy? There's the 50-day moving average. If you want to buy above 104.26, and your target will probably be this gap. If it closes, there's the gap. It will close at 114.25. Where's your stop loss? Your stop loss is 99 rand and 2 cents. Why? Because it's just below this psychological level, but don't preempt the position. Buy it at this 50-day moving average, then it can maybe give you a beautiful bounce to the top and maybe close this gap. So I hope you are right here. I think you take your guiding from the 50-day moving average. It's quite a solid support. It shows you when it's above it, it does well. If it's below it, it's struggling, and now it's on the brink of breaking up to the upside. Well, Zeda is the next one. Philip asked about Zeda, and he said to me, Frans, I had a great run on the share. I'm so happy. I bought it quite a lot lower than now. I bought it around, I think, 10 Rand 20, because that was the breakout. I'm sure he looked at that. But what do we see now? We see a beautiful rally to the top. We see a break in the trend line. I just want to see. There you are. It's on the brink of breaking that trend line. There you are. And if it breaks that line, that's 11 Rand 90 cents. It can easily go back all the way down to 11 Rand 61. There's another level, 11.37. And then, of course, 11.17 is the 50-day moving average. And if it really pushes back up down to 11 Rand. While I'm on this, I see nowadays you've got a program where you can just take a photo of the chart, and then artificial intelligence will tell you exactly what that chart will do. Well, that sounds fantastic, but I think at my age, I will stick to my methods because I would like to do things on my own. I do not want to be 100% dependent on a program, because what is the worth then to do that? I mean, there's no fun in that. You leave it to the program, you make your money and you lose your money if you're wrong. I think there's more in the world than that. But let's have a look at this chart. Let's see, below 11.90 it can break down. If you want to short it, make use of a stop loss of that hammer candle, 12 Rand and 22 cents. And I gave you the targets all the way down. I can easily see that it can maybe pull back to this 11.36 level. There was some strong resistance there. It broke up, and from there it built a beautiful base to go even higher. Well, we must look at gold. While we talk about all the struggling in the Middle East and everybody is nervous, it looks like nobody is nervous. The markets say to us that don't worry, now the threat of Iran giving the world a nuclear bomb, that's all and past now. Now we can just buy shares. But can you just realize that the world has changed into a model where everything that comes down, you must just buy it. Why? Because we've got this flush of liquidity in the markets. Nobody worries about liquidity. It's just there. You just pump your money in the market and you are happy. Look at gold here. Gold is building a base here. It's not telling us where to go, but for me, the 50-day moving average remained a good solid support while we above that, and that's 3,315. The momentum in the gold price is to the upside. And where will we see a break if it goes up? There's your strong resistance. That will be at 3,452. Then we can maybe see another break all the way to that previous high of 3,500. Well, by the way, let's have a look at Brent. And Joe asked about Brent. He said, Frans, what on earth is happening with Brent? I thought it's going to shoot through the roof. Well, it did shoot through the roof, but it came back as well. I think all the bad news was already discounted, and everybody is now rushing into oil shares. Maybe just be a little bit nervous, because with all this news around it, if the oil price doesn't go higher, the oil shares will also start to struggle. So for Brent oil, while everybody is so optimistic about the commodity, and everybody say, I see some people say it can go as high as $100. While it's going up, it's fine. The next move to the upside will be, that's now Brent, hey, above $77.76. We can go even higher, and we can maybe reach for 79. In actual fact, even 80. There's some plenty levels to the upside, And where's that top there? That top is sitting at 81.73. So there's a lot of work to be done in Brent oil to take us even higher. So just be careful if it pulls back here. All the bad news is in the price. We can maybe see a pullback there, and it can maybe surprise you all the way to the downside. But just to show you, Mr. Buffett was all the way right. Yes, he's not yet in a profit. He bought Occidental Petroleum for quite a while now. There was the last time that I wrote about it for our readers to say you must maybe buy some at $40.32. It's now at $40.63. There's a gap to the downside. There's a gap to the upside. There's the tiny little gap to the downside. There's the gaps to the upside. But what is Mr. Buffett's old method? You just buy, you like the company, and he did his work on the fundamentals, and he say, let I add in onto the position. He add in long time before where it's now. He's definitely still in a loss. But boy, oh boy, if Brent oil must carry on moving up, you'll be surprised. Then this chart can really rocket. Well, Mr. Buffett, once again, thank you for a beautiful lesson on us. Do your fundamentals, add into the position. Don't be greedy and wait because you've got time on your side. Well, thank you for visiting the website, www.fransdeklerk.com. Thank you for watching this Talking Technical on YouTube, and all the best. We'll chat again.